From new skins to new turrets, a brand new patch is here, and this time it has some crazy adjustments with it. Hi guys, Kazuki here, and in this video we will unpack all the things that came with patch note 2.1.66. So let's wait no more and dive directly into hero adjustments. Now before we start, I would like to wish Eid Mubarak to everyone out there. May your day be filled with happiness, your heart with peace, and your home with endless blessing. The new hero Hirara is now live on the advanced server. Her voice line and skill icons are updated as well. If you want to know more about her skill effects, then check out this video. Let's start with one of the biggest experimental changes in this patch, and that is Odette. Odette is getting pretty interesting update here. Her ultimate has been reworked, so now there is no second cast anymore. Instead, she immediately leaps to the target location on the first cast, which already makes the skill effects much cleaner. But the real crazy part is this. She can now slowly move during her ultimate and even cast other skills while it is active. Man, she is broken now. Odette players are no longer forced to stand there like a spinning Wi-Fi router. There is a huge quality of life change because now she can actually reposition a little during fights and keep pressure while channeling. Even though this section is labeled as an experimental nerf, this honestly feels more like a mechanical rework that could make her way more flexible in real games. Guys, we are so close to unlocking the first phase of our giveaway. If you want to win a free epic skin, this is your moment. Once we hit 1.575 million subscribers, we will be giving away 25 epic skins. So if you are new here, make sure to join us. Now moving on to revamped Olus. Olus got hit with a small nerf this patch. His enhanced basic attack damage has been reduced, especially against creeps. The maximum damage based on target maximum HP went from 160 plus 20 per level down to 100 plus 25 per level. And the total physical attack bonus also dropped from 85% to 75%. So overall, his farming and damage output got toned down a bit. But he did get one small buff on skill 2, because the second cast window is now longer, going from 3 seconds to 4 seconds. This means the combo should feel smoother and less awkward to use. So basically less bonk, more comfort. Next we have Harriet. And yes, some of the previous nerfs are being reversed. His skill 1 damage is going up quite hard. The explosion damage now jumps to 470 with 120% to 200% magic scaling. Up to 325 to 575 with 150% to 250% scaling. On top of that, skill 2 shield scaling also gets buffed to 120%. This is actually a pretty nice comeback buff. Harriet is getting more burst and more survivability at the same time, which is exactly what he wants. So if you thought the Catboy was done, no, he is already sneaking back in. Now let's talk about Vanman. The developers said they want to improve her laning ability, and that shows mostly in skill 1. The Swallow Dagger base damage is getting a huge increase from 60 to 120 up to 120 to 220. The scaling is lower now, dropping from 65% to 40% total physical attack. But for early lane pressure, this is definitely stronger. Her skill 2 does get a mana nerf though, changing from 100 to 75 into a flat 125 at all levels. So she trades more early poke for mana cost on her cleans. Still, this looks like a buff for lane dominance, and that is always dangerous when we are talking about 1-1. Next up is Brody, and this one is a bit of a mixed adjustment. The developers want to buff his early and late game, while slightly toning down his mid game. Skill 1 base damage now changes 200 to 500. They also removed the old effect where hitting a target increased subsequent damage and replaced it with a new effect where the damage now benefits from a passive stake increase. So overall, the skill should feel more straightforward and easier to understand. Skill 2 also gets a mana buff, now costing 80 at all levels instead of 75 to 100. Then his ultimate gets adjusted too. Base damage is lower early, but the lowest HP scaling per stake goes higher later, reaching up to 10%. Now let's move into the Marksman mana patch. Starting with Mia, her skill 1 mana cost goes up from 50 to 75 into 60 to 100, while skill 2 becomes cheaper overall at a flat 90 mana. So this is more of a mana redistribution rather than a direct nerf. Melissa gets a clear nerf on skill 2 mana cost, now 90 at all levels, which is way higher than before. Her ultimate does become cheaper though, now 120 at all levels. So again, less free poke, but teamfight access gets a little easier. Bruno gets some love. Skill 1 mana cost is adjusted down overall. Now 60 to 85 instead of 50 to 100. While skill 2 becomes a flat 50 mana. This means his mana usage becomes more stable and slightly more comfortable. Iksha is another adjustment case. Skill 2 gets cheaper, dropping to 65 to 90. But her ultimate now costs 100 at all levels, which is more expensive than before. So better lane control and more punishment if you spam ultimate carelessly. Then we have Clint, and this one leans more nerf. Skill 1 now costs more mana in the later levels, going from a flat 50 to 50 to 75. Skill 2 becomes 80 at all levels, which is cheaper early but more expensive later. Obsidia also gets adjusted. Skill 2 becomes cheaper overall at a flat 40 mana. But the ultimate now costs 100 at all levels instead of eventually going to 0. So the late game free ultimate nonsense is gone. Then comes Layla, and yeah, this one hurts. Skill 1 mana cost goes up from 25 to 50 into 45 to 70. And skill 2 jumps all the way to 70 at all levels. That is a pretty noticeable nerf for her lane spam. Moscow gets an adjustment too. Skill 1 now costs more mana from 25 to 50 into 50 to 75, while skill 2 becomes a flat 90 mana. Kiri also gets hit. Skill 1 now costs 70 at all levels, and her ultimate mana cost jumps to 100 to 150. That is a pretty heavy nerf, especially for longer fights where she wants to keep cycling her damage. And then Hanabi. Yeah, they really text her this patch. Skill 1 goes from 35 to 60 all the way to 100 at all levels. And skill 2 also becomes more expensive at 60 to 85. Looks like players will start avoiding her now. But it doesn't stop there, because Claude also got spent. Skill 1 now costs 35 to 50 mana instead of 0. Skill 2 costs 90 at all levels on her first switch, while the second switch stays free. And his ultimate now costs 100 to 140 mana instead of 0. So yes, the free energy lifestyle is over. Claude players are now officially introduced to concept of budgeting. Finally, Nathan also gets nerfed, with his ultimate now costing 100 mana at all levels instead of becoming free. It is a simple change, but definitely important because that ultimate is the core of his entire playstyle. Moving on to battlefield adjustments. The roaming blessing system has been improved to give more flexibility. Now all roaming blessing can generate EXP and gold, not just from assist or passive income, but also by actively contributing in fights. This one actually a pretty solid buff. Time to check on some surveys. First one is Brody with that rich villain glow, clean drip with those bad wings. Second one is futuristic Brody, checking charts with one hand and deleting your HP with other. And look at those glasses, my homie said slay. Third one is Cosmic Guardian Brody, calm phase but universal level damage ready at any moment. I wonder how the skill effects on this one will look. The fourth one is an elegant final boss Brody, stylish, smooth and has a musical theme. Next we have Fredrinn. First one is full demon boss energy, every detail screams destruction. The second one is cold and calculated. It's calm, scary, and feels like you are already losing the fight before it even starts. Third one is the clean warrior prince, strong, stylish, it's solid, but compared to the others, it's less fear me and more respect me. Fourth one is pure judgment day, like Fredrinn Goat's divine power. Now we have 3 surveys on turrets also. The theme is based on Aspirants. First one is a white serpent style turret, clean design, but don't let that fool you because its attack animation is aggressive. The dragon literally strikes forward like it's targeting you personally. And the destroyed version shows the serpent collapsing and breaking apart with dark energy fading out. It looks cool, but also feels like you had to sacrifice a teammate just to take it down. But the real flex is the kill animation, where it powers up and erupts with energy like it just celebrated ending your entire existence. Second one is a dark cube style turret. Very simple, but looks like it's hiding something dangerous aside. The idle animation just floats there quietly, but like it's calculating how to ruin your game. Its attack animation shows the cube opening up and firing energy straight at you, clean and sharp. It feels less fleshy, but way more precise. On kill, the cube spins and reacts like it just confirmed your deletion. And destroyed versions break into glitchy fragments. It looks cool, not gonna lie. Third one is that Aspirant style robot turret. Looks like one of those high-tech units just stationed there watching everything. The attack animations fire a sharp energy shot, very clean and precise. It doesn't look flashy, but it feels like it never misses. On kill, it powers up and slams energy down like a confirmed execution, and the destroyed version breaks into glitchy pieces. Looks sick, but also like it just logged your defeat into its system. Alright, time to check the poll. The Fredrinn Design 2 takes the win. Calm face, cold armor, and zero mercy. Honestly, good choice. And then for Brody, Design 3 comes out on top, which means the Cosmic Drift wins this round. You guys seem to be obsessed with white color. As for the turrets, looks like most of you went for Design 3, and I agree with you all. If you want to stay updated with all these surveys and not miss the next result, join our WhatsApp group right now. The results are sent to the developers, so your vote matters. Alright, let's now check out the new skins. Atlas Elite skin is finally on display. If you want to check on the full visuals, then why not check out this video. There are also revamps and optimization of other skins. Alright, time to move on to other updates. Looks like we have a new event icon for Leslie Legend. This basically means the event will be in the development process. Now we also have new beast loading BG. This indicates the whole new beast series will be resold. So if you missed out on any, then this might be your chance. A new splash art for the upcoming Naruto 2.0 is also here. Man, this gives nostalgia, to be honest. Oh, speaking of splash art, Mia's Christmas skin also got a new revamped splash art. And yes, this one looks much better now. Now we have bunch of new emotes. First are from the Exorcist series. Then there is emotes for the upcoming All Stars. And lastly are those ones. Here is a quick look at the drawing animation for the upcoming Exorcist event. It will also have a new notification effect. And to end this, we have two new sacred statues for Obsidia and Johnson. So guys, there you have it, complete breakdown of patch note 2.1.66. Tell me which update are you excited about? Is it the adjustment on Odette or optimization on the skins? The comment section is all yours. So that will be all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Keep supporting Kazuki Official.